FlossTube. I'm going to read the thing again because I suck at remembering what I'm supposed to say. Hi all, welcome if you're new here and welcome back if you're returning. I'm Tony the Flightless Stitcher and this is my channel, mostly about cross stitch and occasionally about other crafts. It's never about other crafts. I put it in there because one day it might be about other crafts, but right now it's never about other crafts because I've got a bit of a bug at the moment and it's a stitchy bug. Anyway, welcome back everyone who is returning and welcome to the new people. I know I just said that, but I just repeated myself. Not the first time, probably won't be the last. Yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all those sorts of things. I'm running a couple of days late getting this recorded. Not a surprise, I'm always running late these days. Yeah, it's been a very, very, very busy December. We went to Billy Joel, highlight, got COVID again, low light. That's twice in 6 months, guys. Honestly, what the hell? As one of my viewers said, most people get merch. I got COVID. What else? Yeah, all the kids came home for Christmas. We have 4 children. They're all adults. They brought their partners and our one granddaughter. She came up as well. So yeah, we had a completely full house for Christmas, which was amazing. It was the first time in 7 years that they've all been together in one spot. So that was really, really cool. Highlight, low light, dishwasher broke on Christmas Eve. So we went through a litre of dishwashing liquid in 48 hours. I have never seen so many dishes in all my life. We did not plan to not have a dishwasher. That wasn't great. Low light. Highlight, it's summer here. So yay, because who doesn't love summer? Low light, turns out my knee, I have blown the cartilage in it, so I'm now all taped up and cannot run, jump, and I have to watch how much I lift with deadlifts and stuff, so that kind of sucks. But highlight, I'm on the fast track to getting it sorted out, so that's a good thing. So yeah, there's highs and lows, much like every year, much like every month, much like everybody. We just have to keep on trucking. Yeah, I've got a lot of things planned for this year. I'm really excited about this year. Fairly shortly, I hope to be in a position to hand my notice in at work and step back from being a 12-hour day to something more sensible and reasonable in a hope maybe different career. We'll wait and see. Yeah, cross fingers. If that happens, it will happen within the first third of the year. So yeah, we'll wait and see what happens on that, but I'm actually quite looking forward to stepping back. I've been doing what I do for 23 years and with the same company. Sort of the same company. It is the same company. It's got new owners, and the new owners are they're not bad people, don't get me wrong. They're not bad people, but their management style is a little bit different from what I'm used to, and we've gone from having a couple of salespeople to me doing it on my own, which puts a little bit too much pressure on me. I'm in my 50s now. I can't be bothered. I am too old for this crap. And plus with the knee having gone out and all that sort of stuff, I'm waiting surgery. I'm getting too old for this. So yeah, yeah, looking forward to getting the surgery and not having a sore knee anymore. I've got it all taped up. Yeah, so there's a bit of a thing. It's not the first time I've done my knee. I did it a few years ago. I did my other knee, and I went through a bit of a surgery. My daughter is a smart ass, and this was my post-surgery conversation with her. If you don't like strong language, I would suggest you look away right now. But this is what she sent me. And the sad thing is, that is actually what she would have said. Or done. Yeah. So, yeah, looking forward to getting that surgery done. So anyway, I know it's not ideal, but at least I'm being fast-tracked. So, stitching. Let's start with stitching. I have got some fully finished. I have got some whips. I have got a couple of new starts. I have drawers. I have plans. I have a door that might slam. It's a bit windy outside. We're expecting a storm to come through in the next couple of days. and it has started, the wind has started today. We had a bit of rain this morning. It's the first time it's rained since before Christmas. So yeah, if any doors do slam or anything like that, I will scream and swear. Look forward to that experience. Yeah, anyway, so where to start? Let's start with the fully finishes. Now, if anybody remembers from my last YouTube, FlossTube, I had done a Christmas dinosaur and it was going to a friend. I also did flamingo bells to go to same friend. I'm going to post around here-ish because I had to finish those obviously and give them to her for Christmas because they were her Christmas present. So I did her flamingo bells, double checking myself. No, Flamingo by Hands On Design. I did her one with DMC. Now, I was 3/4 of the way through her one when I actually went up to Auckland for Billy Joel, and I bought all the Classic Colourworks. I think it was Classic Colourworks were the called fors. It's not gonna tell me. Never mind. I'm pretty sure it was Classic Colourworks. So I did get all the Classic Colourworks, and when I got back, I completed them all. The whole is the bit where her one was because I did them all on the same fabric. But hang on, here we go. That'll be the easiest thing to do. So there we go. I did all three. So we have the flamingo bells and flamingo all the way here, and then I flip her up the other way, and we have Flamingo. And like I said, that's all in the called for Classic Colourworks from memory. I hope I'm right, otherwise I'll put off telling me that I'm an idiot. Not the first time. I stitched those on glasses. Seraphim hand-dyed fabrics, Seraphim. It's in the colourway 5 o'clock somewhere, a 32 count linen, and this came in one of my B&S boxes. So yeah, I absolutely love those, and I cannot wait to get them all done up into ornaments for next year for our tree. Had a small problem when I came to finishing those ones that I showed you up here just before, and the fact that I couldn't get any Christmas fabric. Having gotten COVID, it gave me a week to get everything organised before Christmas, so I ended up just going to the local $2 shop, which is similar to America's dollar store, except we're not quite so budget because we're $2, not $1. And I bought table runners for finishing fabrics because I didn't know what else to do. So yeah, I got like table runners. They worked out really, really well. So yeah, it's a tip for young players. I got this one as well. I just cut them up. They cost me like $2-3 each because even our $2 stores like to upmarket stuff. So they cost me a couple of bucks each, and I've got plenty of fabric for finishing some products. I am actually going over to Spotlight, which is something similar to like Michael's and stuff. I'm going to Spotlight tomorrow, so I'm hoping to grab some more fabric, but I actually want to grab fabric for my dining chairs because I want to refurbish those fairly soon. I redid them about 10 years ago and they're just covered in gack. Problem with having 4 children, even if they're adults, they drop all their food all over the show. So and then I have another one. This was a start and a finish. I started this one on the 26th on Boxing Day. My son-in-law and my daughter, they were building a deck, and so we went round to help them. Now I've, as we have just covered, got a broken leg bit, so I found it a bit difficult climbing up and down, so I took a stitchy product and just cheerleaded. I managed to like do some stuff to help. Like I got some stuff out and got water for everybody and all that sort of stuff, but for the most part I couldn't climb in and out of all the uppy downy bits because my leg doesn't go uppy downy very happily at all. So I started this one and finished it on the 30th. Yeah, 30th. There was 166 stitches in it, and it's by Bendy Stitchy Designs, so Michelle Bendy Stitchy. Odd World, and I'm stitching it on a 32 count MI Amor by Fortnight Fabric. This was one of the Fabric of the Month Club's ones for last year. I did it in the Threadworks called fors, and I swapped out, because there was one DMC white on it, I swapped it out for a week's Dye Works in whitewash. So hopefully you can see this, but yeah, the white sort of blends in, but I actually like that about it. I don't know how I'm going to finish this. I think I might put it in my scrapbook. Hope, maybe, perhaps. We'll figure it out. So those were my end of month start and finishes. So where am I going to put that? Where am I going to put that? I'll put that there. Right. Yeah. So I probably should actually say the stitch count for December was 10,433 stitches completed. Flamingo, the first one of those hands-on design jobbers, that had 1,052 stitches in it. Flamingo Bells had, good lord, I'm blind. Flamingo Bells had 933 stitches, and Flamingo All the Way had 1,101 stitch in it. So yeah, I am going to pop you on pause for 2 seconds. I'm just going to run. Hang on. Was just sorting out the slammy door, because it was like, had just reached that point. It was just like, boop, 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 boop. Trying to be Betty. Probably drive a new Betty too. Anyway, right, so onward and upward. Where did I go from there? Let's go to my 25/7. Sorry, I'm hungry. I am hungry today. And I want to eat something. So I thought I'll film this and then I'm going to feed myself. Hopefully I won't get hangry. I don't do hangry. That's not me. That's my kids. My kids do hangry. But yeah, so I'm probably speed talking my way through this quite substantially. So yeah, anyway, Warm My Heart, which is my 25/7. I've been doing this since like 2016. God knows how long I've been doing this, to be fair. Last month I got 4,629 stitches into her. So this is where she's at. So I got quite a bit down the bottomy bits. So yeah, there was actually quite a few rows I managed to get in. There goes another slammy door. Told you there was a bit of weather. It's the middle of summer, so you need to have your doors and windows open. There's probably going to be flies too. One or three will buzz past at some point. Anyway, Warm My Heart. So she's coming along really, really nicely, my 25/7. So I keep on trucking with that one. Right, where am I up to? Okay, I didn't actually work on masses of stuff for Christmas because, as we all know, Christmas is Christmas and we're all busy, we're all doing the things. I keep popping off the side there, I'm really sorry about that. I had a bit of trouble getting this set up today. Is what it is. Anyway, right. So there's it, right? The Mingos. Sorry, Mingos is my granddaughter's word. She's like, Mingos! She's 3. We'll forgive her for not having proper English yet. So from there we've got new starts, and I only had one more thing that I stitched on this year, and that is, and I'll put a picture of it up there. It's called, what is it called? Flowered Tea Cat. And I did 1,255 stitches in it, and it's on 32 count lavender blue from colour Cascade, and the pattern is by Yuukis from Etsy. And I started this on the 11th of the 12th. This is my oldest daughter's. I asked her, because I was having a bit of trouble figuring out what to get her for Christmas, so I asked her at the end of November what she would like outside of what I already had. And she asked me if I'd mind stitching her something and sent me a picture of what she was after, which is the Flower Tea Cat. And this is how far I have gotten on it so far. Oh, the fabric's showing up beautifully on this. It is a really lovely ice blue, and I think it's really going to suit the cat. So hopefully, I'm hoping to get to the back stitching on that. Oh, jeez. Door. It's like having poltergeists, except they're blowy. Yeah, so that's as far as I've gotten with that one. And that was all I worked on for December. That was it. Didn't do much else for December. So we reached January and everybody went home. Last people went home on 30th. So 31st we had New Year's Eve, obviously. And because it's New Zealand, all my New Zealand viewers and my Australian viewers will actually know exactly what I'm saying here. It's kind of like the 4th of July and the fact that everybody goes out, has a barbecue, drinks too much and rolls home. So we went to a friend's place for New Year's, so there wasn't really much stitching on New Year's. New Year's Day, I didn't do a heck of a lot. Was stitching on Warm My Heart, as any long-time viewers will know. With my 25/7, I stitch for 25 minutes a day, but the rule is that if you are using a colour, you finish all the stitches in that row of that colour. And my stitch on New Year's Day was 310, and that 310 was a chunk. That was literally this. You can just, I mean, like, honestly, I've only put another 200 stitches in there. There was over 800 stitches that went into that for New Year's Day. I was knackered at the end of that. It was way too many stitches. That was a lot of black. But that's fine. That's how I'm going to get this finished, because the goal is for this year is to get that dang thing finished. I finished the year with it just under 77% complete, which means that I completed close to 25% of it last year, just doing the 25/7. So in theory, because all the snow at the bottom is very long runs of colour, of the same colour over and over. I have to put on my magnifying glasses to see it because it blends in too much with the colour of the fabric, which is a pain in the ass, but that's fine. Hopefully that actually does mean that I'll be able to get a lot more stitches in on that. We should, in theory, I think it might be done around October. It is for my sister, and she's coming home in February, so I'm excited to show her. Now, because she's been on the hoop for so long, she's become a stinky beastie. So straight after I did the black, no, actually it was yesterday. Must have been yesterday, because today's the 3rd. So it must have been yesterday. I gave her a wee bath very gently in the kitchen sink. Normally I chuck them in a laundry bag and throw them through the washing machine, and I know I can hear everybody screaming and having a heart attack about me saying that I do that, but that is all I have ever done. I wouldn't do that with any of my stuff that's not colour fast, of course, but anything that's just a standard fabric, not hand dyed or anything like that, anything that has just got standard DMC threads in it, in the washing machine, I throw it through on a normal cycle, but I do stick it in a laundry bag. I'll look after them a little bit. We spend a bit of time doing these. So yeah, I'll get it done, and then I'll take it in, get it pressed, I'll get it framed without glass and get it shipped to her in Perth. Or I might go and visit her, depending on how next year works out. I've never been to Perth. She's been there 10 years. We were supposed to go 2020, and that worked really well, didn't it? Anyway, so yeah, onward and upward. I digress. Not the first time, not the last. Anyway, right, okay, so from there, I've got 2 new starts for this year. And both of them are because they're year-long stitches. The first one, I'll pop a picture up somewhere, it's called Birds of a Weather, and it's by, who's it by? Sprouting Lupine on Etsy, and I'm doing it on a 32 count no name Fortnight fabric because it's a weather temperature jobby. So we've had 2 days, and I have done some of the framing on it. So that's where we're at. Hello. When my granddaughter was here, every time she went past a person, so for 5 days, all you would hear her say was, hello. It was like, you just like that, and uh-oh. She's nearly 4. She's 3, but she's nearly 4. Well, she's 4 in April, so yeah, halfway between the two. Yeah, anyway, so onward and upward. So I'm doing it in the called for colours, as far as the frame is concerned, and I actually like the fact that the tree is in a little bit of just quietly in there. I'm really pleased it's not shouty, because I think the colours for the temperature are going to be quite shouty in places. And the only other thing that I am going to do, I've been tossing up about how to handle this. I'm going to pop raindrops on there for when it rains within the month circle, because basically, sorry, this is going to be difficult. Basically, this is the month. So I'm going to put like raindrops in there for the number of days that it rains for the month. But any life events or anything, I might actually come up with a little motif or something, and pop that in there as well as a as something that's stuck in a tree or something. I don't know. I'll have a think about it. I'm also not that good at design, so I probably won't. I'll probably think about it, put one in, take it out, and say that was bollocks. Anyway, my other start. So, gotta get the things, because the things need to be seen, and they're too far down. Okay, so my other start is I am doing my first ever sampler, and I am doing. Oh, okay, so that was good. This year's Modern Folk Embroidery Year-Long Stitch Along. So that's the one. So I'm going to do it month by month. I've actually printed it out, and the reason I've printed it out is you have second options, as you usually do, from what I understand, with a Jacob, with a Modern Folk Embroidery sampler. And I really like some of them. Like this is really cool. Shoot, don't run away, Wendy's. Stop it, stop it. Stop. Right. Like, hang on, where am I? I need my glasses again. Okay, so I love these little doggos. These doggos are cute. But this here, I'm going to change it to the swans. Those swans are cute. And I prefer this border, to be honest. No, I prefer this border. I prefer that border. But I prefer that pattern. But those birdies. I don't know. I'm going to figure it out as I go along. It's one of those things I'm going to work in progress and see how I am at it as I go through it. But that's one of my focus pieces for this year, is I'm going to go through and do this month by month. And this is what I've got so far. I'm doing it on a 40 count. Oh god, glary things. Doing it on a 40 count. So that's all I got. That was me starting it last night. And that was my second start for it, because that one is over 2 on the 40 count. I had big plans of doing it over 1. And that's what I got in with the over 1. But I have picked amazing cotton that it doesn't really show up on this, to be honest. To be fair, it's not really showing up. But I have picked 2 amazing colours from Threadworks for this, and they weren't showing up on the over. Well, the black one isn't showing up on the over 1. It's this one here. Now, I'm hoping, against hope, let's see if we can get this to really shine. I don't know if you can see it. If anybody can see it, there is blues and greens, and it's kind of peacocky, but in a very dark way. It's what number is it? It's 1070. Let's see if I can get it this way. Can you see? Can you see? Can you? Oh, that's better. There, you can kind of see. There's browns, there's greens, there's blues. And it's just a stunning, 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 beautiful colour. So that is my dark. And it wasn't showing up on the 1 over 1, so I've changed it to the 2 over 1. And for the light, look at this wee job here. So this is 10522 by Threadworks. So yeah, that's going to be my light. So those two things on there. That. What do you reckon? I reckon it's going to work really cool. I think it's going to be amazing. I hope it's going to be amazing. I have high hopes. Okay. Oh, shoot. Things on the floor. I know, usually I throw things on the floor and don't care, but I'm trying to stay neat and tidy. One more stitch. And it's an ongoing project that I haven't touched since about the middle of last year. This wee baby's been doing the heading. I'm doing this one for my dad. He doesn't know about it. He doesn't watch FlossTube. I doubt very much he's ever going to find out until I give it to him. This is called Final Heat by Bob Byerley, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And we need my thingy behind me again. It's a good thing I've got those. So yeah, so that's where we're at. I'll put the picture up there at some stage. You'll have seen it probably by now. So yeah, that's what it looks like. This thing is fine with up here. Up here, all of these guys, long runs, big stitching, watch whatever you want. This, confetti hell. Absolute confetti hell. Looks amazing. Not begrudging it at all, but I'm using this as my wet weather project. So I did 96 stitches today, and in that 96 stitches there was 6 color changes, and you can't see where they went. But it looks amazing. So it's going to be my wet weather project for the entire year. It rained this morning. I've already got my 96 in for my hour in for today. So every time it rains I do an hour. So that's at about 24-25%. So yeah, we're getting through. Might be 27, 29, I can't remember. I can't remember. It's around the 20 somethings. So yeah, I'm hoping to get some good progress in on that. When my heart is done, I've got another project that will replace it. Forget I was talking. That was me thinking out loud. Right. Okay, so that's all the stitching. Oh, there's not much. Excuse me, still a little bit COVID-y. Well, not COVID-y. I'm just leftover cough. So yeah, anyway, I received a Fortnight Fabric. This one is called Happily Ever After. I'm not going to take it out. Do I not take it out? Can you see it? Can you not see it? Flipper. It's got a little bit more pink in it than when you're seeing it. It's pretty much a blue-grey, but it's got a bit of pink in it as well. It's actually a beautiful colour. So that'll go in the stash for later on this year. The haul was also this year's planner. Slam your door again. And Halloween. Hello Halloween by Teresa Kogut. So excited about this. I love this book. She has such amazing stitches in here that I can't wait to do. Seriously, look at the pussycat. Look at the pussycat. There's a pussycat. I really want to do this sampler too. I love those pussycats. I might have a thing for pussycats. I might have a thing for critters actually. Pretty much everything I do has got a critter. So, yeah, so I got that as well. Thank you, 123 Stitch. Where to now? What am I up to? Where am I going? What am I doing? I can turn the page. I'm flying through this today. We're at 29 minutes and I have finished all the stitches, done the haul because there was only 2 things. Oh, one more thing. My daughter for Christmas. I'm using it as an art jar. Now there's a reason. It's got little diamantes and stuff on it. It is a wine glass, but I'm using it as my new art jar. And the reason is it's beautiful. It's got diamantes over it. And as soon as I stick that in hot water, everything's going to fall off of it. And I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to keep it out. So let's see if you can read that. So It's just gorgeously blingy. You know what? I think I might have a problem though, because every single one of my kids bought me a wine glass this year. I think they're trying to tell me something. Not that I don't use them, but... Okay, so it says, Mum, noun. A multi-skilled individual, generally overworked, but happy to be rewarded with love and large quantities of wine. See also assistant and angel. I know, she's adorable. Right, okay. Hope I'm watching. Right, okay. Like everybody, I watch a fair amount of FlossTube, and it's not, you get to your turn to do FlossTube, and if you don't make notes, then you can't remember who you've been watching. Watching all the standards like Darcy, like Mad Morty. I always watch Mad Morty. She's a good friend. So yesterday when I was playing with all the things, having a bit of a rest day because my knee was like swollen, and I've been standing on it cooking for like a week and a half. So I had a bit of a rest day yesterday, and I caught up on a bit of FlossTube, and I've been watching a few whip parades, and I watched the Museum Stitcher, Lucky Chance Stitcher, Bendy Stitchy 22 Finish Parade. Oh my freaking god, how many does she do? It's just ridiculous. And Stitched by Liz. I watched her whip parade yesterday, plus her plans. So yeah, go catch any of those guys. I'm going to sit down fairly shortly with food and start watching again. Then I'll go on to stitching. I'm the only one home today. My husband's gone fishing. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, or 3:30 about now. So I've got the house to myself for a few hours, so I'm going to watch whatever the heck I want. I don't care if it's summer, I don't care if it's still fine outside. It's really windy and my hair will blow in my face and drive me batty. So I'm just going to do that. I do have to say at this stage, a big thank you to, now I'm going to butcher her name. I know I'm going to butcher her name. Her name was Heidi Vicelli. She gave me a shout out on Dizzy Stitches group on Facebook, and I wondered what the heck was going on. All of a sudden my numbers went up, because I've not got a great number of viewers, and that's okay. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. We're not all designed to be world famous in New Zealand or outside of New Zealand even. All of a sudden my numbers went mental, and she'd given me a shout out on Dizzy Stitches group, and a whole bunch of people came over and viewed, and it was so awesome, and it really made my day. It made a few days actually, because the numbers just kept going up, and it was really cool to see, and I didn't realise that it was something that was important to me till it happened. Turns out it was. So I wish to thank her so much. Heidi Vicelli, I think that's how we say it. Thank you so much for that shout out. It was so much appreciated. So let's give away. Last time, because I'd finally reached 50 stitches, because I'd finally reached 50 subscribers, I did a little bit of a giveaway. I said I was doing a little bit of a giveaway, and I've done the draw. When you've only got 50 subscribers, there's not a massive number of people, so we did it. We did a whole pile of, we just put the names into a hat. My husband drew them. And the first one was the Christmas Carol book from Black Needle Society. Last time I was a moron and didn't have the book. I've got the sealed book, which is still here. That's the one that you will get, the sealed one. This is my one, and like, you've got these beautiful stitches in it. Every chapter has one attached to it, but then you've got the extra story as well, and it is a beautiful book. It's all gold leaf on the edging. There are some stunning things in here. What do we got? I'm trying to see what I can show you and what I can't. Nope, that's got some of the pattern on it, so that's not a thing. Nope, pattern. Here we go. There's another one there with the chapter as well, from Eric and Michaels. There's also instructions on how to do it. Oh, flash it. So for some of the things in here, so yeah, that would be your strawberry, which my hand is on top. So yeah, there's all that sort of stuff in there. Okay, so that was the first one. Well, it wasn't, it was actually the last one, but it's the first one this time around. And the winner of that one was Stitchy Beach. Okay, then we had, yeah, so congratulations, Stitchy Beach. Then we have Witching Hour. And the winner of that one was Stephanie Wingett. I'll put the names here as well. So congratulations, Stephanie. And finally, Evanora. And the winner for this one is Darth Vader Stitcher. So thank you very much for everybody that entered and watched and commented and did all the things. If those people could get in touch with me, what's going to be the easiest? If you can get in touch with me via Instagram, it would probably be the easiest, though you could leave me a message on how to get in touch with you, or via Facebook or something. On Facebook, I'm Tony Simmons, but I'm not really on there that much. But on Instagram, I'm Tones, TONEZ_71, and I'll pop that there. So if you could send me a message with your details, then I can post those out to you. So yeah, thank you very much to everybody that did that. Right, okay, so where are we up to? Final bits, plans for next year. Okay, my plans for next year. Continuing with my diary. I don't know if I've shown you guys my diary, what I do with my diary. I still haven't finished December because I need to go back to work and steal the print stuff out while nobody's looking. Don't tell. Shh. So what I do with my diary is, this is the month page that was last year, and every month I write anything interesting that's happened. We had a theatre night. That's the top from the, it was a local theatre, so you get a print-out ticket. So I printed out the ticket. That's the labelly bit from it. Books that I have finished reading. I was listening to Harry Potter. I also finished Hocus Pocus and its sequel. Dumb stuff I come across that I take screenshots of and send to my children or friends. Mostly pictures of my cats. I did the Christmas tree. We had a new Christmas tree this year. It was 8 foot tall because we have a raking ceiling, and the 6 foot one looked like a twig in a bush in a bucket last year. So I got a new one so it didn't look so stupid. We don't have a Christmas angel. We have a Christmas toothless. That was our wedding anniversary, was the day after I put the tree up. I knew we were away that weekend, so I put the tree up a few days earlier than I normally do. Usually goes up on the 1st or the 2nd. It comes down on Boxing Day because that's why they call it Boxing Day. You put the tree back in its box. Yeah, so that's what that looks like. Then I've got the full count of each day and what stitching I do. So those are all the stitches I complete in the day. That's a breakdown of the projects and what stitches I put into those on those days. It was a bit of a prolific month because of COVID. Yay, COVID. And then I go through to, those are the ones that I've stitched on and what numbers I achieved on them. And then we actually go through to the diary, and I put, like, I'll do like little highlights of things so that I do remember where I was and what I was doing. But and we'll stick little photos of mostly the stitching, but because that can be sometimes maybe one picture. I'll put a picture of the cat. Why not? How can that be comfortable? Seriously, guys, how can he not fall off? And yeah, like I said, this is November, so like that was a screaming hot day. It went 31 degrees. 31 degrees Celsius in New Zealand. I know that's not as hot as it seems to be in a lot of other countries, but you come to New Zealand and tell me it's not hot. We're straight under the ozone layer hole. So it gets screaming hot and burny hot. We have a burn time of 10 to 15 minutes through summer. So you have to wear sunscreen if you're leaving the house. Otherwise you'll crispy fry. We're really pedantic with our children. We forget with ourselves. I have lovely little weird tan lines where I've forgotten with myself this year. And we've only had summer for a month. But I've done that. I have. It's screaming hot. Plus, where I am in Matamata, it is in a valley, so the humidity level here is through the roof. So not only have you got stinking hot, burny hot, but you get that humidity level, which also raises your temperature about 5 degrees as well, and you can't escape it because it's damp and it's disgusting. I work in air conditioning, so we've got air conditioning throughout the house, so that does help, but I still prefer to have all the doors and windows open as much as I possibly can. So yeah, run down on the eco climate of New Zealand. Aren't you lucky? Right, okay, so this is my new stitchy journal. So yeah, I've just gone through just some little goals. Started doing the things. It's a slightly different version this year, so I haven't been anywhere or done anything but rough went fishing, so no photos in here yet, obviously, because we haven't done that, but I am recording the temperature, and I'm doing it in the late afternoon so I can actually find out what the temperature has been, because I'm doing it on the highs, I think. I started writing down the lows before I decided what I was doing, so I'm doing that, and then a little raindrop for the rain. So I know that day rained. Slight colouring in. Same thing as last year. Slightly different. That is what I'm working on this month. This month has actually got a wish list attached to it. They didn't do that last year. That's new. And then you've got the new purchases, which I will actually be using this year. I started to use it last year, scared the crap out of myself, thought nobody needed to see that much money go out of anybody's bank account, refused to use it again. Then we've got one of the things I did do, which is a little bit different, though I have seen a few other people do it, so it turns out I'm not as smart as a lot of was. Anyway, this is actually a finished projects page. They do finished projects pages. But I went through, because that was my one regret for last year, is I didn't record where I actually started with anything at the beginning of last year, and I have that ability. So last year's diary was a bit of a work in progress. Now I've got a little bit more streamlined with it. So what I've gone through is I've put the name of the project, the designer, and the percentage that I'm at with it on New Year's Day. And that's why I know I had 31 projects, unless I forgot one. So yeah, that's what I'm doing with that. And yeah, and then the only other really interesting thing about this would be that they've done bigger squares, which isn't really going to work for me. Well, it is going to work for me, but it's not going to work for me the way that they thought it was going to work for me. Because I have how I'm going to design my year this year. My warm my heart. Okay, let's put this. Right. Warm my heart. Always going to be at the top. Because that is my 25/7. So that is my priority every day. Warm my heart. Unless I've got something that has to be finished. Warm my heart is my project for the day. Which I'll take you to the next page because that's going to be easier. Because that was the first week, which also included a bit of December. So yeah. Warm my heart. Always at the top. I'm also going to put in this square any time that it rains. So final heat. So this is my weather daily dependent one. Birds of a feather is my one that I want to keep up with. So that's going in here. Currently I had Tree of Life, which it isn't called Tree of Life. It was called Tree of Life on the thingy that came through in the email. It was Tree of Life, but it said something else on there. I'm just going to call it the Jacob. So it's going to be Jacob from now on. I'm going to move him up to here. Life events down here, so I can keep track of those as well, because I double handle everything. I'm good at it. It keeps me grounded. Don't judge. And any of the other projects that I do after that. At the beginning of each month, Tree of Life is my priority from the 1st till I finish it, because the pattern was actually, although we've received the pattern as one, it's broken down to months. So I'll do February when I get to February, but I'm working on January till I finish the January band. and then I will move on from there. The only other thing that I still need this. The only other thing that I am doing is I have a shit ton of patterns, charts. Depends on where in the world you are as to what you call them. We call them all the things. So this year I am going to stitch from stash, essentially. There are exclusions. I'm still buying my BNS boxes, my Black Needle Society boxes. I'm going to continue buying those. I'm going to allow myself to buy fabric if nothing in my stash fits what I'm doing, because stitching from stash doesn't mean no new starts. Stitching from stash literally just means using what you have. So I'm going to allow myself to buy fabric if it doesn't fit what I've got in stash. So I can buy fabric if I've got nothing that's going to work. And I can also buy cottons and stuff and finishing stuff. I can do all that. But at the end of each week, if I have bought no replacements, no fabric, nothing like that, which isn't going to happen this week because like I said, going to Spotlight, you know dang well I'm going to buy some fabric while I'm there. It's going to be a thing. So while I'm at Spotlight, that means that this week I don't put $20 into my savings account. So each week that I don't spend money, I'm putting $20 into my savings account. And I've also put a little list of what I'd like to achieve this year here, and each one of those has a dollar value attached to it. So for the instance, Warm My Heart, I want it finished. It's my 25/7, and because it's been on the hoop for so long and it's been such a challenge, and it's actually a big ask because it's a lot of stitches to get in this year. If I get that finished, I'm going to give myself $100 into that savings account. Final heat, 1 hour each day on a rainy day. If I keep up with that and I get to December 31st and I am up to date with it, $50 into my account, because stitching on a rainy day, not that big a ask, so I should be able to keep up with that. There's stuff on there that's only $20. The most is 100. There's 2 on there for 100, so I'm going to go through and do that. So on the 1st of January, I'm going shopping. It'll probably be online. I will probably buy all the things. I am keeping a list of, I don't know if you saw that before, that I already had a couple of things on the wish list from watching FlossTube yesterday. I wrote those in. I'll go through, do all that sort of thing, and yeah, one of the reasons I'm doing it is because, like I said, I bought another tree because our tree looked pathetic, but this space that we're in here has a lower ceiling space over here, so I can put another tree over here. That'd be cool, another tree. But what I thought I'd do with this tree is I might put it up at Halloween, because I went through a couple of months ago, I've actually been prepping this, it wasn't spontaneous. I went through all my magazines because I get World of Cross Stitch. All of these are digital. I get World of Cross Stitch, I get Punch Needle, I get Just Cross Stitch, and I get Cross Stitch World. All digital. And so I went through and I actually, I don't want to actually, I printed out the patterns for the things. This is a Halloween book. For the things that I really like that I wouldn't mind stitching. And just trying to find that one there. I knew I had that one. Ha! I wasn't kidding myself. I do have that one. So yeah, that's my Halloween book. I've got one for Christmas. I just printed that one out the other day. That one's actually, I think it's World of Cross Stitch. Might be World of Cross Stitch. That's going to be the year-long one, I think. But again, There's lots of little things that I wouldn't mind. Some of them obviously cannot be an ornament unless I do them 1/1. Who knows? And then I've got like this one here, which is just general. I mean, like that was obvious. These were obviously taken from the Valentine's issue of, I think that was just cross stitch. But just general things that make me smile. But yeah, the Christmas tree that I thought I'd put up here, I'm going to do it in like ornaments and stuff. So that'll be like the crafty one, and then we'll have the one with all the store-bought crap. So yeah, that's my plans for next year. Busy girl. So yeah, I'm going to start each month with my Jacob, get that out the way. I want to get Mythical Creatures finished this year. That one wasn't picked up since like April last year. I can't remember, but yeah, it's been so long since it was picked up. There's a number of things that I really have been just sitting around for too long. I want to clear my stash. I want to do the things instead of buying the things. I want to do the things instead of, you know, I'm not a collector, I'm a doer. So I want to get out there and do the things. So yeah, and with having surgery coming up hopefully soon, that's going to put a bit of a kibosh on me rolling around the countryside for a couple of weeks. I'll be stuck on a chair. I'm not allowed, the first 48 hours I'm not allowed to move, so that's fun. Like I said, I've done this before. So yeah, the first 48 hours you're not allowed. First 48? Might have been 72. I think the first 72 hours, the only place I was allowed to go was to the bathroom or to bed, and that was it. So I sat on the couch. But you're not woozy or yucky or anything, because it's just keyhole surgery. You're just not allowed to put too much pressure on it or anything, so you're stuck there without getting a flat ass. So yeah, that'll give me lots of things to get on with anyway. So yeah, that's me. It's 51 minutes in. I've got a lot of editing to do to get this one up. Congratulations to the winners. Once again, please feel free to, yeah, I'll put that thingy for Instagram. I'll put that back up again. I'll actually put it in the show notes. It's probably going to be the easiest thing to do. I might put a link to my messenger if I can in there as well, just in case you want to go that way, or my email address. Yes, whatever. But yeah, if those people, whoever they were, if they could just message me and let me know where they live, so that I could, well, where their postal addresses are. You don't necessarily have to live there, just where you want me to send it, and then I will get that in the post for you as quick as I possibly can. So yeah, good luck to everybody for the forthcoming year. I'm sure it's going to be amazing for us all. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you in about a month. See you soon. Bye.